Good morning. If you're interested in seeing what happened in my portfolio last week, not only the market performance, but also the stocks that I bought, the stocks that I sold, and the dividends that I received, then stay tuned. Good morning, guys. We came to the beach this week and I forgot my tripod for my videos. So we're going to call this the Blair Witch portfolio update. So it'll be a little shaky, at least in the first here, but hopefully it won't be too bad for you. You know, this channel is about inspiring you to be the best investor that you can be. When I first started this channel, I debated long and hard about whether to share my portfolio. That is a pretty personal thing. I mean, not a lot of people share their portfolios. It's like sharing your checkbook or your bank account. But I felt that if I wanted to inspire people to invest, I needed to show them that I put my money where my mouth is and that I'm not just talking about theory, I'm talking about the things that I'm actually doing. So with that, let's get into the portfolio update for this week. We had a tremendous week in the market last week. And as you recall, my dividend portfolio is actually split between what I call growth dividend stocks as well as yield stocks. So we'll first look at the combined portfolio, and then we're going to look at each portfolio separately. So dividend portfolio update for January 7th. You'll notice that the portfolio is now at an incredible $783,568. What a difference a few weeks makes. When you look at the annual income, we're nearly $2,000 per month in annual dividends. Yield on cost is 3.34%. And dividend growth, we're looking at a 7.9%. So overall, my portfolio has a yield on cost of 3.34% with a last 5-year dividend growth rate of 7.9%. I think that's a pretty good mix of stocks. You'll notice that the portfolio has gone up $26,376 in the last week. Market gains were 18,000 of that, or 2.4% for the week. Funds deposited, I put $7,800 into the yield account, and dividends received this week was $564. Okay, so let's move on. Let's move to the yield portfolio update. You can see that the balance in the yield portfolio is now $184,258. The portfolio is up this week $13,512. Market gains were $5,562, or 3.3%. Seems like a lot of people are moving into these high yield quality companies that we invest in this portfolio. The funds deposited, this is where the money went that I deposited this week, is in the yield account. So there's $7,800 that went in there, and we got $60 in dividends this week. The annual income in this account is $8,852. It's getting close to $750 a month. Our yield on cost in this portfolio is 5.18%, nearly 5.2%. You can see if I bought this basket of stocks today at their current prices, that yield would only be 4.8%. So the dividend portfolio has done very, very well. And look at this dividend growth, 5.6% over the last 5 years. So we're getting a 5% yield and a 5% growth. That's actually a pretty good mix. So moving on, I'll share the purchases since December the 31st, which is the last update that I did. I bought $8,270 worth of stocks. I entered into no new positions. However, I did increase positions in 7 stocks. So the first one is New Jersey Resources. I did a video on this. It's probably been 6 weeks ago, maybe not that long. Maybe it's been 4 weeks ago. This is a gas utility out of New Jersey. I bought 20 shares in the first week of January. I also bought 15 shares of Philip Morris, 20 shares of Pinnacle West, 100 shares of Kinder Morgan, 5 shares of Chevron, 25 shares of Verizon, and 15 shares of Kellogg. The shares that I sold for this week, I actually sold out of my position with ExxonMobil. This is something I've been thinking about for quite a while. Exxon's not a bad dividend stock, but I like Chevron better than I like Exxon. So I've decided to sell out of this small position that I had in Exxon and move that into Chevron. I got $1,379 for that sale. Dividends received, I got $59.53. The first one came on January the 3rd for $30. It was Community Trust Bancorp. I also got $18.13 from New Jersey Resources on the 3rd of January. And then on the 4th of January, I got $11.40 from Kimberly-Clark. So with the sale of Exxon and with these dividends, I now have cash available to invest of $1,416. You can see the portfolio funding by month. In January, I've put in about $7,800, actually exactly $7,800. You can see that here on the chart. I think this is important because as the year goes on, this portfolio is going to increase partially because I'm putting money into it, and I want to be totally transparent about that. Dividends received by month. You can see that December was a phenomenal month for us. January is actually going to be really small. So if you think about it this way, the dividends that I get in the first month of the quarter, so January would be the first month of the first quarter, are smaller than I'm going to get in the second and the third months of the quarter. This just happens to be because that's where the stocks that I invest in pay their dividends. Some people try to get their dividends to be even throughout the quarter. I think that's probably a bad scenario. That's probably a bad move because you really want to invest in quality companies who are paying quality dividends, and it really doesn't matter in what month they fall. You can see that the market performance by month is, again, December and January they have just been incredible months. So now let's discuss the growth portfolio update. The balance in this account now is $599,310. The annual income is $15,072. Yield on cost in this portfolio is lower than the yield portfolio because we're looking for companies who are growing their dividends at a very quick pace, consistently year by year, and those are very attractive to investors, and you're going to have to pay up for it. So you're going to get less yield now with the thought that those annual increases over time are going to bring a higher dividend in the future. So you can tell the dividend growth in the dividend growth portfolio is 9.3% versus the 5% that you saw in the yield account. This portfolio is up $12,914. Market gains were $12,410 or 2.1%. I deposited no money in this account because this one is fully funded, and the dividends received for the first week were $504. Purchases. I only bought one stock in the first week of January. That is Lockheed Martin, 20 shares. I think I shared this on the Lockheed Martin video. So I bought 20 shares of Lockheed Martin. I didn't sell anything, and I have cash available to invest still of $4,920. Dividends received, I got 4. January the 3rd, I got Allstate at $268.11. January 4th, I got Best Buy at $70. January 7th, Pepsi, $75.79. And then on January the 7th, Merck came in at $90.41. All of the dividends in this account are drips, meaning that every dividend that comes in gets automatically reinvested in the company that paid the dividend. On the yield account, I actually will save those dividends up and invest them where I want to invest them, not necessarily in the company that paid them. Dividends received by month, you can see, we've only got 1 week in January, so it's going to be lower, but January again is a small month for my portfolio. Market performance, again, can't complain there. Tremendous growth in the last 5 weeks. So with the market performing the way that it is, you probably don't need a lot of inspiration to invest in the market. However, the markets don't always go up every day, and so where the inspiration comes in is that even in downturns, we look at the dividends we're receiving. And as dividend investors, we always look at the value of companies, not the price that they're trading for on the market. So if we can buy stocks at a reasonable value with a good, solid stream of dividends that's ever increasing every year, those are the companies that we're interested in. And there are still some out there, although they are more difficult to find. And it's especially important in this type of market to learn all that you can, to invest consistently, and to be persistent in your due diligence. Because what you're building is a passive income portfolio that is going to lead you to personal freedom. And that's what we're all striving for. A few disclaimers, and you know the drill. I'm not an investing professional. This is for your education and entertainment purposes only. My goal here is to share with you what I'm doing, and in hopes that in some way that's going to help you, it's going to inspire you to be the best investor that you can be. If you got any comments on my portfolio or any of the decisions that I made this week, please put them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. If you like this video, consider giving it a thumbs up. It helps the channel, it helps support me, and I appreciate every comment that I get, every thumbs up that I get. Also, if you like this type of content, if you're into dividend investing, then consider subscribing to the channel and ring the bell. That would mean the world to me. So with that, I wish you the best in this week, and I'll see you on the next video.